good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. So in today's video, if you are following the live stream, you will know that I have just finished reading Glory Days by Robert Rigby, and I will of course be reviewing it. So this one has about 290 pages and 41 chapters. I rated this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. So not a bad rating at all, but the first two were, in my opinion, much better. I really enjoyed them more than this one, and I will let you know why in just a couple of seconds. So this is going to be quite a short and sweet review. So once again, as was the case with, for example, Living the Dream, the second book, I am not quite sure as to whether the title Glory Days makes sense or not, for the simple reason that Santiago, and this might be a bit of a spoiler, though it won't really ruin anything or your enjoyment of the story. Santiago, although being the recipient of many awards, of course, all having to do with football, he fails to help Spain make it through to the final of the World Cup. I'm not quite sure what year we are talking about here, 2010, I think. Um, So have 24, 21, 2016, 2012, maybe 2012, um, or something to that degree, not quite sure. 20 could be 2010 as well. Yeah, 2010 probably, but anyway, not really that important. Santiago fails to help Spain make it through to the World Cup final because he misses a penalty which he was quite certain that he would score. So I do love how his friends and his family members are also supportive and they try to help him feel better after this happens. And whenever they do support him, he always seems to reciprocate. Um, and this is a dynamic which is basically can be followed throughout the entire trilogy. Apologies. So, yeah, I mean, Santiago has a really good dynamic going on with his brother, with his wife, with his daughter, with his mother as well. There are so many characters who all support and love him, and he of course loves them back. So, although it's a although it's mostly about this guy turned millionaire, famous all over the world, the theme of humility still seems to resonate throughout. And yeah, Santiago never seems to forget where he started off from and how he became as famous as he is, which is something that I really love about this whole trilogy in general. I will be making a whole video speaking about all the books in just one video to recap the whole trilogy. So I haven't yet watched the movies because these are books adapted from the movies, not the other way around, as far as I know. However, I now seem to wish to because even though I've never been the biggest fan of football, yeah, I still think that this was a very enjoyable trilogy overall, and I do really appreciate how Rigby managed to design a world that is so immersive and even manages to make people who aren't fans of football like I am appreciate the sport. So this also probably has to do with how fast-paced it is, how short the chapters are. I mean, there are 41 chapters and about 290 pages, which is fantastic. It also has relatable aura, and the characters are very well developed. Nobody seems to be left behind, even though there are some side characters, of course, but the main ones are developed extremely well. Of course, Santiago's friends and family come to mind, the first, primarily. So I feel as though this one focused more on Enrique than on Santiago. And now I find myself wishing that there are more volumes in the series because I do want to read more about Enrique and Santiago and how he continues to take care of his family, whether or not he retires, what happens with Santiago, whether or not he ever manages to win the World Cup final. So I would definitely recommend this trilogy and this book in particular for fans of sports, any sport really, not just one, and people who aren't fans alike. I mean, this is a brilliant sort of trilogy and book for anybody who enjoys sports, football in general, exercise, success stories, being a manager, basically that sort of thing. It's a vibe, and I really enjoyed all of the books in the series. And I'll give you more details in my next video, so stay tuned. So as always, that is all I had to say about Glory Days by Robert Rigby. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out the rest of my content, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section because I reply to everybody, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.